Welcome to Thought Leader Life, where we are helping to democratize thought leadership. Join us each week where we interview a new thought leader about what it takes to become and maintain thought leadership in a number of different vertical markets. To learn more, check out www.thoughtleaderlife.com. Hi, Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert, and welcome to this special credibility episode of Thought Leader Life, where we're talking with amazing humans from around the planet, and we're talking about their credibility. And connect your seatbelt, get strapped in, get ready for Ryan Foland, who is a managing partner of Influence Tree. He helps executives build better, more relatable, more profitable brands. Ryan also coaches leaders worldwide on the act of simplifying spoken and written messaging for greater impact. Ryan, welcome.
Oh, it's great to be here, buddy.
Hey, so what's your CPOP? What's your customer point of pain?
The problem I solve is that when someone can't explain what they do in a concise way, AKA they talk too much, they end up talking themselves out of the exact thing that they want.
It is. So in some cases, too much is not a good thing. So
I would, in most cases, but
well, that's true. Too much of everything. But anyhow, so what does that mean? Tell me a little bit more about what you do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I help people market themselves, similar to what you're doing. And the problem comes when people can't clearly define the problem that they solve. And I've developed a system called the 313 method. Now, this is incorporated into the book Ditch the Act that I just wrote, which comes out at the end of October here in 2019 by McGraw-Hill. And it's a key cornerstone to building a brand, because if you're building a brand, you're really communicating what you're doing to the world. And I'm sure you've met people where you ask them what they do, and they just go, and I'm sure you've encountered salespeople when you might even be ready to sell and they just keep on talking, or you're trying to communicate an idea to somebody and they just won't listen to you. So all those things combined, I've really found the problem is that people don't have the guidance. They don't know what box to stay in. So the 313 is a system that helps narrow down core messaging to 3 sentences, 1 sentence, and ultimately 3 words. And once you have those borders, those barriers, then you've created your sandbox that you can play. And by saying less, you actually let people engage more.
Ryan, what are your 3 words?
The craftsman of communication.
Okay. Thank you. So what gives you the credibility to do what you do?
Because I have figured out how to do this by successfully failing more than the next guy. 5 years ago, I was trying to build a brand, and I was doing all of the right things, but realized that I was doing them in the wrong order. And by that, I mean that essentially I was a ginger chicken with my head cut off because I was writing and no one was reading. I was trying to speak and no one was listening. I was trying to play all of these different angles, hoping that something would stick. But I realized that the reason it wasn't sticking is because I hadn't stuck my flag in the ground. And as soon as I started to understand how communicating who I am in terms of the problem that I want to solve, everything just sort of came together. Now, I do a lot of things, but I tell people it's not what I do that's important. What is important is the problem that I solve. And if I can help people become a better communicator, the entire world becomes their apple. And being a better communicator doesn't mean saying more. It means saying things in a way that let other people understand what you're saying.
I got you. So the credibility piece is you were building for yourself, and then you've been kind of successful. What have you done so far? You've been recognized by a number of different magazines and organizations.
Yes. In this process over the last 5 years, as I've built my own brand, I've accumulated more than 375,000 followers. I have been named by top publications for top marketing, top this, top that. I have 4 TEDx talks, 3 of which have been named on top lists by Forbes, Mashable, and Inc. I've been published in just about every major publication out there, Forbes, Fortune Entrepreneur. Ariana Huffington recently asked me to contribute to her new platform, which is Thrive Global. I write for Influensive, and I don't do any outbound marketing. Everything that I get asked to speak around the world. Just got off the call with somebody from Jamaica. I'm going to be speaking there later on in the month. I'm speaking in Africa later this year. I really am excited about just focusing on my messaging, and then people hear it, they realize I can maybe help them out, and then they contact me.
So I think that answers my, theoretically, we say, how do you have credibility for doing what you do? Well, you sort of did it. And then how do you actually share that credibility? I think you're talking about that too. So I guess we'll jump to the end, which is just simply, listen, if you have noticed that sometimes people give you the floor and you just kind of spew too much stuff over it and you're not getting what you want because you're not saying the right stuff, you're going to want to reach out to Ryan Foland. And Ryan, what's the best way for people to reach out to you?
So you can find everything on my website. You can find that by going to ryan.online. And if you're interested in how ditching the act and really becoming a bit more vulnerable in order to share your authenticity with the world, then you can check out ditchtheact.com, where we spill all of our secrets and we share a system that's called the Expose Yourself system. Because if you're choosing to communicate who you are, one of the best things you can do is to actually share your whole self. And that doesn't mean just the good stuff. It means the bad stuff and your version of ugly. Because if I'll leave you with one thing, it's that people don't care about your story. I know that's hard to hear, but they don't care about their story. They don't care about your story. They care about how they see themselves in your story. And I have learned long ago to stop portraying my brand as what I think I should be. And I've really just focused on being comfortable in my own skin and sharing the wins, the losses, the ups, and especially the downs along the way. And that's how I take my followers and have the ability to build relationships with them.
I love it. Well done. Listen, so Ryan is absolutely somebody you should be following and paying attention to. He's really good at what he does. Ryan, thanks so much for joining me today.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Man, hey, I appreciate it.
No problem. Your credibility is awesome and through the roof. And guys, thanks for joining us for this episode of Thought Leader Life. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next episode. Yeah, those buttons. Thanks. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Thought Leader Life. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and activate us by going to thoughtleaderlife.com/activate. Till next time.